Greetings, fellow men. Servus Männer. It's Red Pill Germany again. I am standing today on the balcony of a top secret facility in the Far East, and it is a grand tradition in Germany that great news is announced and things are declared from balconies. So I can tell to you today that as a consequence of the losses that Angela Merkel's party, the CDU, had in the state elections of Hessen, she declared that she will step back from being the chairman, or do you say chairwoman? I don't care, of the CDU party. So in December there will be another assembly, another gathering of the party members, and this is where they normally elect their chairman. And so far it has been that way that the chairman position is, if they have the chancellor, is always in unity kind of, or it is the same person as the chancellor. And this is actually something new for this party now, that they are gonna separate that so that the party function and the other function will be separated now. This is of course, as I said, as a consequence to the loss in all the polls and in all the elections that we had recently. And this morning, actually, I was in a different spot still. I'm traveling around, as you can see. I said that the pressure will build up. And that was, at that point, it was still Sunday night in Germany. And now it is Monday, before noon. It's like 10 o'clock there, I think, right now. And now already Angela Merkel offered to step back as chairman, I say. Chairman, yeah. Chairman, I decided it's chairman. Okay, and some people now say, for example, Christian Lindner, the head of the Liberal Party, says that she is offering or actually relinquishing the wrong office. She should actually step back from being chancellor and not head of the CDU party. And also Professor Meuthen from the AfD said that now that she's stepping back as a chairman, she should actually also step back from being chancellor. Or basically we want new elections in Germany now, because this grand coalition that we have is basically an old sick man, and maybe we should put him out of his misery right now. So as I said, it's still before noon in Germany right now, and the higher-ups in the CDU are sitting together as I announce this from this balcony here, and a lot of things might happen. So it's already night, as you can see here in Japan, and I planned to go out drinking now, have some ramen and maybe some nihonshu or some shochu or some beer. And then when I come back in a couple of hours, maybe the news are different and I can already tell you a little more. So I want to keep this short. I don't want to drag it out for too long. What I just want to add, I said in one of the comments, I answered to some of the people who commented below my video, yes, I do that sometimes, that there is a guy called Friedrich Merz who was in exile for almost 18 years. This is the time that Angela Merkel was in power in the CDU. He was Angela Merkel's inner party enemy, kind of. He was a rival within the CDU, and he was pushed to exile. He was working ever since 2002, I think, as a lawyer. He's a lawyer. He studied law, and then now he wants to come back to the political scene. And he actually already announced something some time ago, some weeks ago, I guess it was. So he already could taste the blood in the water, kind of. He knew that Angela Merkel's days on the political scene are numbered, at least in her current position, and he throws his hat into the ring, as we say. And he is someone I don't really know his recent position. A lot of things have changed since back then when he was still an active politician. He wanted to cut taxes, for example, and he wanted to simplify the taxation system, stuff like that. But I don't know how he would actually position himself when it comes to the question of our open border issue and of our rampant crime in Germany by people who never should have allowed in Germany to be in Germany. What I can say, and this does not bode well for our side, is that he actually declined a prize ceremony or to appear there together with a journalist, Mr. Tichy. And Tichy is a very, very moderate conservative, I would say. But he actually, Merz refused to appear there in the presence of Mr. Tichy because he doesn't want to, keep that bad conservative company. And Mr. Tichy, if you know him, that's quite all right. If you want to check him out, you can do that, or you can just take my word for it. He is a very, some people wouldn't even call him conservative really, but in the recent climate of Germany, he seems to be conservative. I think for other standards, for other countries' standards, he wouldn't even qualify as a conservative if you ask me. He would be a liberal there, a classic liberal, one of those centrist, classical liberal kind of guys. So that's who Tichy is. Nothing radical, nothing out there, nothing unusual, nothing edgy, but already Merz said he doesn't want to appear with him. So I think Merz is not really going to help us, and this is what I have always been saying. Merkel is not the real problem, because she will just be replaced either with her candidate of choice, that is Annegret Kramp-Karrenbauer, or her former rival who has returned from exile, Friedrich Merz, the transatlantic guy. So he's very pro-US, probably pro-Israel also. He's part of I don't know if he's part of the Atlantic Bridge. I will actually have to do some research again on Friedrich Merz. It's a very, very long time ago since I heard this name, but as I said, now he raised his head again after working for over a decade as a lawyer again, leaving the field of politics, returning from exile. But maybe I can tell you more in a couple of hours or tomorrow when I know more. So I keep checking the news, but now I'm off to the izakaya or getting some ramen, some gyoza, and some awesome Japanese booze. So if you say this is good news, yoo-hoo! If you say this is not so good news or everything stays the same anyway, then you can say that. I actually don't know. All I can say is that Angela Merkel is not the problem. She is still chancellor. She is just weakened in the party, and this is actually what I predicted, that the heads of the Social Democrats and the CDU will be weakened by the recent losses in elections, and that the party base, the regional party higher-ups, kind of, the regional parties in the federal states will demand some changes at the top. And this is what we're seeing now, just a couple of hours after I said it. Of course, I was not the only one who said that. It was pretty obvious. With that, I say, as always, Servus, Kameraden, and Kampai, Prost!